Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to another session of Meditations with Marigny. So, I just thought that I would come on. I want to tell you, if you've liked my videos, click like. If you love them, I'd love for you to share it with a friend. And if you don't mind, I would love for you to subscribe if you are a new listener. So, I did a series. Well, I didn't do a series. I did a video about 5 traits of a nurturing woman. And I'm gonna tell you how God works, because you guys know my channel is a Christian channel. Sometimes God have you to do things because it's gonna come back up. And something happened to me today. And those thoughts about the 5 traits of a nurturing woman immediately came to my mind, because the encounter that I had with this woman made me think that she is not a nurturing woman. I've been in her presence and I was like, well, I really don't like the way she talks to people. Like, she's not someone that outside of my professional atmosphere that I would be friends with. I don't see us, we would never be in the same circles of people. Because when I did the video about the 5 traits of a nurturing woman, I even thought about my friend group, my immediate friends, and the people that I'm close to. I gave some thought to, and these are people I'm talking about that I chose to be my friends. I gave thought to like-minded people typically kind of hang together. And I just kind of went down the line thinking about my friend group and friend groups that I have, the type of women that I enjoy being around. And most of them are very nurturing women. I might have one or two that's like a rough egg, and they just in the group, and we got to live with them because that's who they are. But for the most part, most of the women that I know and that I am strongly associated with are women who are nurturing women. They're nurturers in their marriages. They're nurturers in their relationship with their children. They are nurturers in whatever their work environment is. They're known to possibly be the one that's going to be the team builder and we're going to kumbaya, let's come together. So when I had this encounter with this lady today, it made me think about some of the challenges that I hear women talk about in relationship. And in my mind, what I thought is, if I only have to deal with this person 8 hours out of the day, and out of those 8 hours, I may have only a 20-minute encounter with them or a 30-minute encounter with them on a regular basis, and every now and then I might have to spend an hour with them or so. And if in that 20-minute time period that I have to be with them, in my mind, I can't hardly stand, like I have to muster up the thought process that, dog, I'm getting ready to have to be in their presence for 20 minutes. Like, it's almost like an anxiety to make me feel that way. I can only imagine what it's like to be in a relationship with somebody like that. What is it like to go home to them? Because traits like that don't change. And what I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you the actual example. So this is going to be a continuation to, I guess I could really say, traits of an unnurturing woman. I don't even want to give that energy. But what I do want to point out, and I want this video to be more of a learning video and more of a teaching moment to women who you may think that you are kind, but you really aren't. And if most people are not going to tell you, and I keep in my head, because this is the second time that this person has done something like this to me. And when I walked away, like, kind of like my feelings were hurt. And when I say my feelings were hurt, grown people have emotional emotions as well. So when you say somebody hurt your feelings, like the way that she spoke to me, I said, no, that's the second time she done did that. And see, I know me. I talked about a nurturing woman has a tongue where she's going to think before she speaks. Because what I know is when my tongue lashes out, it ain't no coming back from that. But in my maturity, I will filter that before I speak. But because this is the second time that she's done that to me in that manner, it's something that I'm going to have to address. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's not even something that I'm going to address with her alone. I'm going to make sure that it's someone else that's possibly there, because I know the personality trait that it can get twisted and it can possibly get ugly. And so I'm going to just give you guys an example of what happened. This particular teacher had we're decorating for Christmas. And I happened to see that they had some paper, like the paper that you teachers put on their doors. And so I was like, wow, there's some paper. And so the kids were in there in this particular room, but the teacher was not. I could have easily gone in and just started getting the paper, but I didn't. Out of respect, I said, no, I'm going to ask, because the students were like, just get it. You can go ahead and get it. And I said, no, I'm going to ask. And so I went to the teacher, and if you teach, like sometimes after the kids have gone, after a rough day, we all are just like sitting there trying to catch our breath. Sometimes you just sitting in your chair. And when I walked into her room, she was kind of sitting in the chair like, oh, I just had a rough day. And so I kind of like started laughing, and I said, it's been one of those days. And so she said, yes. And so I said, I know the feeling. And I'm laughing just like I'm talking to y'all. And I'm like, man, it's just been something. She said, Miss Young, what do you want? So initially, I thought she was kind of like joking. And I looked at her face, and she was like, just get on with it. Now, naturally, any of us could be having a bad day. We could be having a rough day. But this is this person's personality trait. Because this is not the first time that I've encountered a response from her like that. And what I'm saying to you women is, if you talk to people that way on a regular and consistent basis, you talk to your man that way too. I'm going to let that sit right there. You're going to deny it when he brings it to your attention. But that's exactly how you talk to him. That's exactly how you treat him. And that's the tone that you use when you are speaking to him. When I left out of there, I felt like I was in high school, and that was a mean girl moment. And I'm 56 years old. I'm a grown, as they say. I want to, y'all know this is a Christian channel. But I'm a grown woman. And what I'm saying is, in that moment, that wasn't the time for me to correct it, because I got what I needed. But I'm going to have to address that. Because like I said, that ain't the first time she done spoke to me that way. And what's going to happen is you ain't going to be able to keep on talking to me that way, because I'm going to have to come back and make sure that you understand that I'm a grown woman just like you are. And we can address each other professionally, not the way that you have been addressing me. And don't ever take, sometimes people take my little soft voice like it's, she's so weak. She's this. No, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let the light skin short hair fool you. Don't let it fool you. Because there's way more down in there that can come up if I really wanted it to. But the difference is I have a temperance that's not who I want to be. It's not who I naturally am. So I have to go into a place in order to be that person. With this person, this is their natural state. And so what we have to look at is, we say we want a man. We say we want a husband. We say we want relationship. But then what are we willing to do to make sure that we are accommodating that? I had the opportunity to sit on a panel last night and talk about relationships. And one of the things that we discussed was how people treat their mates. It is unfortunate that many people think, and especially women, I know that we have come into this new age and the feminist movement has taken place. And somebody even said on the call, we don't have to go back to the ways of old. No, we don't have to go back to the ways of old. But if you want to be treated new, then you got to act new as well. And the difference is, there is still a culture of women who enjoy the feminine opportunity to be in their soft era and to operate and let him operate in his masculine era. I like a masculine man. I don't have to be the supervisor when I get to the house. I have had to be in that role sometimes, but that's not my preference. And that's the thing that many women have to look at. If you prefer a man that has a more feminine trait, then you're not going to be able to do that with a masculine man. He is eventually going to bag that all the way down. Like the song say, bag that thing up. Yeah, that's what he gonna do. And so I really just wanted to make this video. Like I said, I don't even know what I'm gonna title it. I'll have to give some thought to it. But there is power of life and death in the tongue. And I'm a pretty strong person. I just think that when I've dealt with this person, it kind of just caught me off guard. And just the fact that, like I said, I was being kind of jokey because it's the first day back after the holiday. And most of the kids are kind of like all off, all over the place. And then we did have a tragic situation that happened to a student while we were on break. And so I will consider that may have had something to do with it. But to be honest, it's just the way that this person is. Even if I was having a bad day, the way that she spoke to me, it was unprofessional, and it was unexpected, and it was unnecessary. So ladies, if you do not temper your tongue when you are speaking to your man, this is coming from another woman, just in case he can't say it to you, because if he said it, you're going to start an argument. Let me say it to you and let you know that you need to speak to him with a little bit more gentleness. You need to be more cognizant of how you talk to him. He is not your child. He is your husband. And every now and then, just so I'm clear, that doesn't mean that we don't have to stand at a point of correction, because that's a part of his development as well. If you are a very polished woman and you're someone to any man that is wanting to grow and develop, if he chooses a woman that has a level of strength to her, he wants to grow. But he's not going to want to be talked to any kind of way. There's power. The power of life and death is in the tongue. What we say, I'm very cautious to how I talk to the students that are under my leadership, because I can make and or break those children. Sometimes their teachers are the only empowering people that they have. They're coming from environments where it might be 5, 6, 7 kids in the house sometimes. And in that environment, if they the middle child, they might not even get no attention, because the child that's at the top is getting the attention and the child that's at the bottom is getting the attention. And the ones in the middle, they're just depending on you to speak life into them. So I don't know who this video would be for. If you feel like it's blessed you, I would love for you to click like. If you think that it's something that you could benefit or share with a friend, I would love for you to share it. And if you don't mind, I'd love you guys to help me reach 200 subscribers by the end of the year. And I'd love for you to subscribe. All right. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.